We've got a bag of pennies. This is part 2 of the 44 wheat cent hunt that we just did. Welcome back to Silver and the Big Sky, and we've got part 2 of this penny dump. So there was 44 wheats in our last hunt. I had set it up. The bank had told me like somebody brought in like $45 worth of pennies, and part of it was in that last bag. Part is in this bag, and this is actually a really tough one because we have another bag sitting there that we think is going to have 1,000 wheat cents. It was part of the also the same depositor of the nickels. We just found 46 buffalo nickels yesterday in a hunt, so we're going to get right after it here. Here's a little look at the Big Sky. The smoky Big Sky. Can barely make out the mountains out there, but still a wonderful view.
Was yet this weekend, it seems like.
Yeah. If you've got 10 seconds to help us, please like, comment, and share. All of that activity really drives the algorithm and really helps us out. We're going to thank our 4 current channel members, 2 bronze, Brian Jarvis 2901, and Bo Richwolski. You guys are awesome. And our 2 silver members, Scruff Coins and Francisco Bastida 33. You guys are awesome. We appreciate you all. We have hunted now 69 boxes trying to fill this here album, and we've filled 120 of the 140 slots. So hopefully there's some good oldies in here. We did find some in the teens and the 20s in this last hunt, so we are hoping for some of these oldies. But like I said, we're going to jump right in. We'll bring you in with any cool and unique finds along the way. First handfuls in. If it gets crazy, we will cut down the clips and just show you guys some stuff here. But yeah, look at this. I'm seeing them all over. There's a 45 right there at a filly. There's a reverse facer right there. Is a 44 at a Denver. Another reverse facer right there is a 46 filly. There's another reverse facer right there. 44 filly.
There's a lot over here.
I saw an old one right there, 1919 San Francisco. I believe we have the 1919s in that book. But yeah, you just see the first glance, there's 5. I'm sure there's one right there, 56 at a Denver. And it sounds like she's finding a ton over there.
I have 14 right now.
Holy cow, there's a 42. So yeah, we're going to be in them. Will we find some good oldies, though, is the question. So maybe we will do, at first here, we'll do kind of handful updates. You see another one there, a 45.
My tally's to 16 right now.
Oh, my goodness, babe. There's another reverse facer right there, 42. Just regular ones outside of that 1919 so far. You got any oldies over there?
No, I think 40 is my oldest.
Dang it. Well, hopefully there'll be more oldies. We'll bring you back for some updates maybe at the end of these handfuls. Well, we're doing first handful updates. This one's going to get a little crazy.
We've got 26 over on this side. It's crazy.
26 on her side. Just to start, what do you got, babe?
So here's my 50s. We're not going to go over those. It's 50s and then all the way to 59.
Unless you get a 53 filly for the book.
I do not.
Or was it 52? 52 or 53 filly?
I don't have either. So
okay.
We have got nothing there. We've got a 40S, a 40 filly, 41 filly, 44 filly, 46 filly, 47 filly, a 46 Denver, and then I've got a 42S and a 48S.
Nothing older?
And then here is, yep, I have one older one, and it's a 32 Denver.
34.
Oh, 4. Sorry, I couldn't see it. I couldn't see it with the angle of the phone. It's not that I can't see it. I'm not old, I swear.
Now she's old. 34 Denver, 26 wheats to start the hunt. Let's go. First handful update on this side. She's just railing a whole bunch more over there. I think I've got 23, which brings us to 49. Those are just kind of common 40s and 50s. Wait a minute. What one do we need in the next page? What filly? Is it 52 or 53?
52.
Oh, there's a 53 filly. It's just one of those weird ones that we still need is a 52 filly. Guess we just don't find them in our area. I don't see a 53 filly in there. But anyway, common ones up there. Down here, some cool ones. Look at that. 1956D, that is like red. Red. That is a nice wheat scent right there. Stunner. Find of the hunt so far. Then some, we're seeing the mint marks on some older ones, which is great. 35 out of San Francisco. 1920 out of Denver, I believe. Yep. A 1919 out of San Francisco. And a 1910 Philly. I did check the book. We have the 1910 Philly. We're missing the 1910 S. I definitely don't see a mint mark on there. All right. 49 and rolling. Handful number 2 is all, and she has 55.
You always got to steal my thunder. I was going to tell him.
Do it.
I got 55 wheats.
Bring us to 104.
Here's my 50s. Nothing to note there.
Stealing your thunder.
Yeah, here's my 40s. Not really anything to note there. And then down here we've got, I've got 16, 17, 18 Denver, 19, 25, 30S, 34 Denver, 34 Philly, 35 Denver, and 37.
Dang.
So
somebody's got to be on the list. I'm looking up at the book and definitely nothing that we need so far. Bummer. No slaughters in the book yet, but whoa, we are at 104 already. Second handful on this side. I think we're over the halfway mark in the hunt as far as the bag is concerned. We are now at 160 because I've got 56 right here. Crazy. Still no, as far as I can see, slaughters in the book, unfortunately. The ones we got left are pretty rare ones. We do have a couple of really nice ones there. Not as nice as the one earlier, well, especially on that side, but definitely a splash of red on each side of those. And then some oldies, a 28 Philly, a 25 out of Denver. Some of those are hard to tell, but yeah, 25 Denver, 24 Philly, a 19 Philly, and a 15 Denver. Probably a better date. How many mint on the 15 Denver up there? 22? Yeah, 22 million. So that's getting down there. Not quite as far down there as the ones that, most of the ones that we're missing. But, yeah. Dang, 160. The board is getting a little crazy. We haven't even covered any of the side finds. Well, we're getting down there. She's on her third handful. And how many you got, babe?
35.
Which brings us to 195.
50s, nothing really to note, but look down here at my 40s. Look at how nice that 44
Woo!
Denver is. And then that 44 Philly is kind of nice too.
Yeah.
So those are some notable finds.
Let's check for some upgraders. I'm actually looking at the book, and that 44 Philly should definitely go up there.
So then I've got a 1918S and a 1929S.
Nice.
Yeah.
18S is not up there. It's crazy.
No.
All right. Well, we'll keep hunting. Next handful on this side. 51 more, bringing us to 246. Not a whole lot of rarity on this side. A couple of older ones, a 1912 Philly, the 1914 Philly, to go with a 36S. I had to put that under the scope to see it all the way. But there is a faint S there, and one real stunner there. Unfortunately, there's a fingerprint on it right there. But look at that, 56 Denver. That is gorgeous. Wow. Love finding wheat scents like that. We'll take it. 246. Will we get to 3? Next handful on this side. How many got?
23.
23 brings us to 269.
So these are my 50s. They're all Denver. There's nothing to be. There's really nothing here that we haven't seen. Here's my 40s. And then I've got a 34D and 236 Phillies.
She's exhausted from finding so many wheats, guys.
I know he sounds selfish, but pennies are hard sometimes.
269. The next one's going to be even more difficult on us. Hopefully, there's some more rare ones in this one, because I don't think we've slotted one yet.
We have not.
Final handful popped out 5 wheats and an Indian head. An IHP popped out, an Indian head penny. Look at that, 1 cent. It is in real rough shape. maybe even spent some time in the ground in its life. Very corroded, but it is a 1900. It's definitely an Indian head penny. We don't have very many of those and love to see it. But yeah, that thing is in some rough shape. For the wheat cents, well, I said 5. Well, I do have one on the scope I got to show you. So we got a 58, 50, 46S, 36 Philly. Nothing spectacular. My heart kind of stopped on this one because I thought we had something great. We had a very corroded one, very old looking one. I then was making out here. Wow, now I can't even really see what I was seeing. So yeah, here, see there? That's an S. So then I thought that was a 0, and then that would mean if that's a 9 and a 0, it would have to be a 1909. There's no VDB on the back. So if that was a 1909 S, you're talking a key date. But the S, as some of you are probably thinking right now, is located between the second and the third digit. So even though that for some reason looks like a start of a 2 to me, that's got to be the first digit. So that's got to be the second digit. So a 9 there, and we're not going to be able to make out these next two. If we could have made out this third digit as a 0, we would have been on to something, but that's going to be a 9. That's just some damage there. It's got to be a 19 something, and it's an S, but that's not going to lead us to thinking it's going to be anything spectacular, unfortunately. Anyone know a way to get the date off of this? That is unfortunate, but yeah, I'll set up the board here and we'll do a little recap of 274 wheat cents in this hunt. Well, that's a wrap on this crazy 1 bag or 2 box hunt. 274 wheat cents on the board. I can't call this one our best wheat cent hunt. Hopefully that next bag sitting over there, as I said, I think it's going to have a ton in there. Hopefully that one takes over. I will actually tag what our best wheat cent hunt ever is at the end of this. I don't remember how many we found, but we found so many rare ones in that hunt. And that's just what was missing here. If you were looking to fill a book or start a collection book, wow, there is one heck of a starter lot here. Let's cover the side finds that we did not cover during this hunt. We found a bunch of, well, I wouldn't say a bunch, 8 nice copper cents, but those 2 1968s were unbelievable. Just insane. It's like they were just minted. We don't normally find a whole lot of these, oh shoot, I'm knocking over these towers over here. We usually don't find a lot of the 2009s in nice condition, and there was over 20 of those. Of course, we found a bunch of Canadian cents. I don't even know how tall those stacks are, but you're talking 30 to 40 of those. We found, looks like 10 or so 1959Ds. We did find one 1959 Philly, not the mule. Of course, there's the mule error on the back of the 59 Philly. That's a wheat cent. Found 5 69S's, a couple of them in really rough shape, no DDOs. We did find a dime in there, so made 9 cents, not silver. That'd be cool to find a silver in there. And then just mounds of wheat cents. We did end up, you'll see here, all the Denvers, just tons of 58 Denvers with a 58 Philly. No 57 Phillies, a bunch of 57 Denvers, 56 Denvers. 56 we had Denver and Philly. 55 we had Philly and Denver. That Philly, of course, you can look for the most extreme DDO that there is out there. That is obviously not it. 54 we did not have a Philly, just Denver and San Francisco. 53 we had Philly, Denver, and San Francisco. 52 Philly. Slaughter in the book. So we did get a slaughter in the book. It was just one of those weird ones that we hadn't found. Only one. A bunch of Denvers and San Frans. 51, all 3 mints. 50, all 3 mints. 49, just a couple of Denvers. 48, 47, 46, 45, and 44. Found some of every mint. Philly, Denver, and San Francisco. You'll see here the first year that we found more Philly than Denver was 1945. Over here to the early 40s. Of course, no 43s because those are the steel cents. But 42, 41, and 40, we found some of each, including more Philly than Denver in all 3 years. 39, just a San Francisco. 37, just a Philly. 36, a couple of Phillies and a San Fran. That was that really, really faint S down there, but there is an S there. 35, we had some of each. Sorry, that looked like a 2 there. Get some of these in the wrong spot. 34, Philly and Denver. Nothing from 33, of course. Very, very low mintages on those 33s. And the 31s. I wonder if the 32s are in the same boat. I don't recall on the 32s, but yeah, the 33s are crazy low. 31s are really low. Yeah, 32s are pretty low too. Only a 9 million on the Philly and 11 million on the Denver. 1930, we had a San Fran. 29, a San Fran. 28, a Philly. 25, a Denver. 24, a Philly. A little bit of a wood grain going on that one. Kind of cool. And 1920, Denver. And then down here to the oldie row. 1919, we had a Philly and a San Fran. 1918, a Denver and a San Fran. 1917, a Philly, I believe. I had to scope that. Looks like maybe just some damage down there. I could not verify a mint mark. 1916 Philly, 1915 Denver, 1914 Philly, 1912 Philly, 1910 Philly. The one unknown, definitely a San Fran mint mark there. But I just don't know what the date is. That could be a 5 there after the S, so it could be a 1950 something. And then an Indian head cent, 1900. Crazy, 126 years old. Look at that. What a dandy. Cool to see that. What a hunt. Hope you guys enjoyed. This was a long one. My partner in coin already ran off on me. She was exhausted, but look at that. A lot of wheats. Took me a while to set up this board. Almost getting dark on me, but yeah. Again, hope you enjoyed. We do have some upgraders in here too, so we'll make sure and get those in the book. But yeah, we appreciate you and look forward to seeing you in the next hunt.